Well, hello, everyone, and welcome back to more of the NYChampionships. We are in the NA Qualifier, our second series today. It's Digital Chaos going toe-to-toe with Sector V. Game number one, the theme was DC all day. I mean, they just took that performance from top to bottom with maybe a mild hold coming out from Sector V to stall it another 10 minutes, but without question, Digital Chaos got to do what they wanted. Why was that?
I mean, the big thing was the lane dominance mid lane. Yawar he was 2 to 3K net worth ahead of anyone at like 8 to 9 minutes into the game, and that's just absurd. They kind of went for greedier builds. It allowed him to go for Helmet of the Dominator. Gyro went for Helmet of the Dominator. They then had stacks to fall back on. It was just a very immediate, huge booster farm. Biryu's rotations on Earthshaker were on point, and I think Biryu was kind of the reason they were so far ahead in the early game.
All right, so let's go ahead and dive into game number two. Remember, there is a lower bracket, so either team to lose will get to battle it out in the gauntlet like we saw earlier with Root Gaming in that best of one. So neither team want to have to do that. Similar opening bans from both sides. Sector V once again removed the Lina, then the Techies, only just kind of swapping the 1 and the 2. And Digital Chaos removed the Lesh and the Bounty Hunter. So we'll see for the second time straight, Sector V picking up the Naga. We don't know yet if this is going to be a repeat of the Smash Naga, or maybe this time they'll swap it up with support. And Digital Chaos respond exactly the same as they did in the first game. A TC Gyrocopter and anticipated Bulba Clockwork.
Yeah. It worked in game one, and if they want to replicate the draft from game two, you say, sure, let's go ahead. We can even make minor adaptations if we need to. But, yeah, for now, Sector V probably look to mix up their second pick, I'd say. We'll see if they go for the Storm again. I mean, Storm is not a bad second pick here because you've already taken Lina out. Some of the bigger problem here is R out of the picture, but I think the Earthshaker was the big reason why the Storm just struggled last game. So you can look at Earthshaker's ban maybe in the second ban stage if you pick Storm. You've already banned out the Bounty. Some of those pesky, annoying supports that roam are out of the picture.
Get that Tusk. Last time it got banned in the second phase when it was ignored in the first. There it is. Okay, this time they're like, we don't want to go down the same road as before. We got to change it up, maybe go more aggressive. And with the Tusk, that certainly could be the case here. Not too sure if it will be the offlane Tusk or roam around one. We did not have the pleasure of seeing Stinger play that. I believe last time he played Clock all 3 games, and unfortunately Merlini and myself were a bit hard on him in those games. So we'll see if maybe a Tusk seems to be a better fit for him.
Yeah. They definitely cannot do Naga and Tusk as their support duo. I don't think we'll see those two in tandem. As Sector V respect ban AUI's Clockwork synergized so nicely with the clock, the Skywrath, which was banned, sorry. So yeah, from here, Sector V not really targeting any of your wires here outside of the first ban on the Lina. So Storm's still there, Shadow Fiend's still there.
It's got to be one of the two. I just feel like, we already know Sumail for his hero pool. It's like, yeah, it's not the most lavish thing ever, but it's enough where there'll always be something that slips through, and they just know that he could do work on it. I feel like Yawar is going to be almost the same profile.
The anti-mage ban's like, well, you ban anti-mage, maybe it means you want to pick Storm. So that's kind of a logical thing. If you really want to pick Storm, you're better off saving the AM ban for this ban now, because you ban AM and then you have the pick. So
I mean, I'm sure they're fine with it. It's like that means we don't have to deal with a Van AM, which we know is very good.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's fine. We'll just take what potentially could be left, and it very well could just be a Shadow Fiend again. I mean, we saw his performance. He could do a Shadow Fiend. So if the option's there, they might just go for it again.
And it also means Earthshaker is still in the pool as well. So this may just be a third pick Earthshaker again, put Biryu on that roaming support.
Or they could pick a Rubik just to deny it, take it away from Sector V. I know we didn't see a lot from the Rubik in the last game, but just because it's such a good and natural counter to someone like a Clockwork, DC could just kind of, hit him below the belt and be like, we're not even going to let you have that. Plus, Biru loves to play Rubik, so they could just go for that. Plus, you got to consider the AoE options that are there. Yes, Bounty Hunter's been taken out. Skywrath Mage has been taken out, but we know he's just as good with something like a Visage. So maybe they want to build something around that Visage. Who really knows? Maybe they want to flex their Digital Chaos muscles a bit more. This is only their second series as a team. Maybe they want to show the world what they're made of. They have a 1-game advantage. There's room to play with.
Yep. I don't think this is a pretty big LAN event for them. They probably don't reveal too many different unique strats or picks that they may want to pull out later in the more key matches against maybe tougher opponents, or at least teams who seem to be more dominant now, like Cloud9. But for now, they stick with what worked in game one. Earthshaker comes out.
We'll see if it's going to be something that they use like in the same game. And Sector V, I'm like, okay, you're seeing this Earthshaker, and you're like, now we got to make sure we either have assistance for a mid lane or someone who can deal with an Earthshaker just being there all the time.
Yeah.
Shadow Fiend is actually going to be snagged up by them. Okay.
Bit of a deny pick for sure, but
Yeah.
I feel like that in some ways may just play into Digital Chaos's hands if like you're feeling like you have to deny pick. And
Wind Ranger, maybe.
yeah, Wind Ranger is fantastic here, and Earthshaker is a great roaming hero to shut down a Shadow Fiend. So I think more important for Sector V than what hero they picked mid was how they played around the mid lane. If they had a support to sit behind, protect the Shadow Fiend like a Dazzle, or just what they do to prevent the Earthshaker constantly roaming mid. And stealing the Shadow Fiend from Digital Chaos doesn't solve the mid lane issues that they had in Game 1, and that's where I feel they're maybe approaching this the wrong way, where it's like, oh, if we take Shadow Fiend, we're going to be okay because they won't have the same draft and they'd be able to do the same thing. But preventing them from doing what they did is less about the picks and more about the playstyle and the rotations.
We'll see what they do. Oh, Ember Spirit is going to actually be the grab here.
Radiant
Okay,
team
so a
pick.
potential mid-Ember matchup going against the Shadow Fiend. I wouldn't mind seeing a Dazzle here. If it's going to be a support Naga, you got a minor heal bomb factor there with the Naga Illusions. I mean, it might be stretching it a bit. You got your armor synergy, of course, with your Shadow Fiend. It could be a Medallion helper. And we already know what Dazzle could do with Tusk in a Snowball, rolling forward.
Yeah.
Imagine roll forward, pop the Naga Illusions, pop the heal. Boom. Just an option, just an idea.
Oh,
but
fantastic synergy with the Tusk and
But
a lot
do
of
you-
minus armor coming out there.
consider a silence though now that you see an Ember and go for something like maybe a Disruptor.
Reserve time.
You can. I think it doesn't help secure the mid lane well enough. I think it's a possibility if you feel like your SF can hold his own against the roaming Earthshaker and then you want to have a better mid game, then you go for the Disruptor or even the Silencer himself. The main issue I see those two heroes have is just like Clockwork is just going to be looking to jump on them every single fight. Like if you're a Silencer, you're the #1 hookshot target. And if you're forced to just like pop a global because you've been hooked, well, it's not going to be a well-timed global silence, I imagine. So
Maybe just go for the Rubik. It's still
for
there.
Sector V, yeah, Rubik's actually still solid.
You know, you're
And
going
an
to need
okay
a
hero to
four-staff
help out
candidate.
mid.
They need someone
Yeah.
who can get a 4-staff if you want to assist with the Clockwork a bit.
And if you're sitting mid protecting Shadow Fiend, because Ember's like, if it was a win range, I'd say Rubik doesn't help much, but Ember has to get in close to the SF, so like you'll look to fissure block him, then Ember runs in for Searing Chains. The telekinesis is a lot easier to get off on the melee Ember compared to a Wind Ranger type hero who's just going to sit back, throw power shots, and harass from afar.
Oh, none of anything.
There we
Whoa,
go. That's
Wyvern.
actually, yeah, I'd forgotten about this hero. This hero is really good at kind of dual laning mid and applying pressure. You've got 2 slows to deal with the Ember Spirit and Splinter Blast, as well as the Arctic Burn, and just helps out a lot with the Shadow Fiend mid.
I do fear it,
10
to me, doesn't
seconds
scream out enough lockdown. I mean, yes, they have the ensnare, a mild,
seconds
but then after that, it's like you're banking ultimates to lock them down. A Tusk, uppercut, and then now a Winter's
Reserve
Curse.
time.
Feel like some of these heroes could be a little bit too slippery for them, but they certainly have now the sustained power. Wyvern, we know, is great at wave clearing, even from afar, and he dishes out serious zoning potential right at level 1 with that Arctic Burn. Doesn't necessarily have to even be on the offlaner on the Clockwork. He could even pay a visit to the mid lane and try to keep this Ember in check.
Well, last man under the
Radiant
Husker.
team
5th pick
down.
Husker is the plague of a lot of teams. And we'll see what Sector V. Sector V now have a decision to make whether they want to run Naga as a carry again or switch over to the support role. I think it's probably a better game to put it on a support. You've got
10
Ember Spirit who
seconds
can
remaining.
deal with illusions pretty well, can deal with split push well as well, which is the important thing.
Dire team pick.
I don't think Ember's really a hard counter Naga because the illusions are normally split up one by one pushing lane, so it's not like you're cleaving off of them a lot with Ember,
Yeah.
but it's more about being able to just TP back, stop the Naga split push, and then remnant back to where your team are to team fight again.
Well, now we look to Digital Chaos in their last
Yeah.
pickup here. We're anticipating the Owie hero. Visage has just been removed. We already know Bounty's gone, Sky's gone.
10 seconds remaining.
Could they afford to go jungle with it? I feel like they would need
5
someone nearby for the
seconds remaining.
gyrocopter, so you can't go
You want a
too
hero
greedy.
who at least has some lane presence. Or you could go like a
Reserve
CM,
time.
where you have
Yeah.
lane presence and zoning, and then you also have the ability to jungle and be kind of supportive in other ways. Quite like the CM here as an option. All
Got-
these heroes benefit a lot from the Brilliance Aura.
A lot of great supports out there that just have not been acknowledged that can offer good zoning. You got your Shadow Demons, you got your Banes. Could see a new face because I'm feeling with the recent Owie pool, and if you don't want to go super greedy and something in the jungle, I don't imagine a boneless coddle jungle strat coming out or anything like that.
No,
You know,
I don't think you can go. You don't really want to go full jungle. It just gives too much to the Sector
10
V off lane.
seconds remaining.
And Dazzle comes out, so
they'll be taking the dazzle.
Radiant
All right.
team pick.
They get their own bit of sustain on their side. They get their own armor amplification to battle out the Shadow Fiend's Presence of the Dark Lord. And of course, you see the easy save target with the Winter's Curse. Winter's Curse just kind of just amplifies, like, we're going for this guy. And it makes it all the easier for Dazzle to get the quick grave off and the quick save.
Dazzle with Ember Spirit's really nice because the way you try and approach killing an Ember Spirit is always just like initiate on him with a disable,
10 seconds
either like a
remaining.
Blink Walrus Punch or the Winter's Curse, and then kill him while you chain
5
stun him. But
seconds
Dazzle
remaining.
Grave basically means you have to have an extra 5 seconds of chain stun to be able to kill him, and
Reserve time.
that's a problem
10
because you're not going to have the chain stun before he gets low, and then 5 seconds more on top of that. You just don't have enough disable.
Oh, the Van Slark.
Okay, I like this pick.
Briefly talked about it in Game 1's draft. But of the heroes I was mentioning between his infamous Slark and Morphling, I figured the Morphling would have been something we could have seen. But Slark has just been out of the picture for a while now. Do you know why that is? Why is it that we just don't see Slark that much anymore?
He doesn't get like, he's a fighting carry, but he needs items before he fights. Like unlike a gyrocopter type hero or even a PL, if they TP to a lane, you've got like immediate lances and doppelgangers to get you in. Gyrocopter especially good at fighting just through levels. With Slark, it feels more like he needs items to give him that extra bit of survivability because he gets in close. He's melee. PL, you can stand at the edge of a fight throwing lances.
10
Gyrocopter,
seconds remaining.
you've got the long range cooldown. Your opponent's always on the back foot. With Slark, you don't really have a. You're going into like healthy heroes. They can just turn and fight you right back. Slark is by nature a bit fairly squishy, so he doesn't fight early as well as some of those other carries, and does take potentially a bit longer to come online. And even his laning stage, he doesn't zone out offlaners as well as those two heroes do.
I like how when we start, TC's just like, well, one lag spike, pause the whole thing.
Yeah.
Pause the whole thing. When actually it's like, pause, quickly tell me what am I buying right now? Where do I need to go? Give me my TP, let's go buy it.
TC's confused. He's like, I wasn't pink. What's going on?
Bulba does use that quick TP, and I'm going to wager he's going to put a ward right there. We've seen this story many times. Oh, he fools even me. Goes right into the camp.
Gonna
He's
mix
going to
it
do
up.
like the super mix up here. Oh, UMR, you're just a little too late. So it is a support Naga. We wagered that, of course, with the final pick being the Slark, but I'm not sure yet or not if it's been confirmed, but this might be Mystico on UMR.
UMR? Okay.
I believe so.
I wouldn't. I mean, Mystico is meant to be on this team, so that wouldn't surprise me.
Well, as it stands right now, Masoku is going to use his support ward and add the extra bit of uphill vision for his mid laner and their Shadow Fiend. Could make things a bit more difficult for your war on the other side. Not if he, of course, has
30
his
seconds
comrade,
to battle.
Biru, who was by his side very frequently in the game number 1. We'll have to see how important that is. And we could just see Masoku mirror match that, and we could end up with a 2v2 mid lane. Pause for hotkeys from Owie. Dazzle's a very simplistic hero, so maybe just need to simplify it. Do you have like a whole different hotkey setup, like if you have to jump into like a Meepo and then as
I do
opposed to
not. I
something
know a lot
else?
of players change stuff like quick cast depending what hero they want to play. Quick cast, I think, is the big
Yes.
thing.
Oh,
Where
well, I have to use quick cast when I play like Earth Spirit.
Yeah.
But if I jump into a Wisp game and I have quick cast on, oh my god!
yes,
I accidentally click on the mini map with my relocate and I end up
Yeah.
embarrassing myself.
So I think that's the big thing where a lot of like I mean I watch like S4 streaming, like he picks a clockwork and then suddenly he's like changing his hotkey settings and stuff, and I'm just like I don't know what he's like. I didn't see exactly what he's changing, but players definitely change a lot of things based on what hero they end up
if
playing.
only we could add a feature where you could just have the hotkey bound to
The
the
battle
hero.
You know, I think they're doing that. I saw, I think it was Sir Belvedere or whatever, kind of tweeting about how in Reborn they are going to be able to allow you to customize hotkeys per hero.
Oh, that would
Potentially.
be wonderful, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be happy to hear that. But here we go. We get the game underway here. Lanes are going to get situated. Assistance block coming up from the Naga for your Shadow Fiend. Same goes on the other side from Biru. And as the lane matches up here, it's going to be a favor for DC. Gets in that beautiful spot where he's going to be able to work with the high ground here, but already the aggro pull coming up from Smash as he just tries to get it a bit closer. Ooh, Courier getting a bit close there, but they'll be fine. And how were the offlaners with their wards for the side of Sector V? They play in a very deep ward, not blocking anything, just strictly for the vision here for Vortex on his Tusk.
But doesn't even totally scout out the kind of jungle area right by the top lane where AUI is going to be constantly hiding. It does see him when he goes to do the pulls and the stacks, which gives him knowledge of when he can leech XP, so we'll see what his plan's going to be here. But
Mid lane, they're like, we know what the game plan is for you, little
Yes.
Biru. Naga's just like, don't even think about it. I'm going to be here. I'm watching you. We're having our own 1v1 mid lane.
that's why
Now-
Naga did go for boots here, just so that she has the move speed advantage over the Earthshaker, I would say. So if they find each other in the river, you throw a Riptide and you start right-clicking, and Earthshaker will be outrun there. We'll be maybe forced to throw a fissure just to survive and escape, so a very kind of strategic choice from Nagas, who you normally see go for something like a Stout Shield at level 1 instead of the boots.
For bottom lane, Bulb on his clockwork. It's not surprised to see the creep wave push so far towards his side, doing the early cog block. He has been doing this a lot. Not his first rodeo on clockwork, so he's just kind of used to the same. Masuka's going to try his best. He could utilize the Arctic Burn to get off a lot of harassment, but with plenty of regen to chew through, it's just not going to stop him from getting close enough to that XP. Look at these two. Continue
This is
to
what I was
trade.
talking about. This is where the boots give you a bit of an edge here. Minus armor and a couple right clicks will come out.
Well, but he's going to go right towards Owie, and now they're going to maybe consider turning onto him. Nah, he's got those boots. He's just going to slither away from trouble.
What's the rune, though?
Oh, Fissure. Walk on the other side. He gets the illusion. And will walk away.
Meanwhile, Yawar solo kills Shadow Fiend.
What
is
the
going
hell
on?
happened?
With the tusk there? I'm like, okay, this is the fight to watch. Like, this Naga is doing some
Yeah.
doing some interesting things, contesting the rune, fighting two heroes, and Yawar is just like, okay, I'll solo kill Smash, one of the best mid players out of South America.
No big deal. He's got Shadow Fiend. I got Ember.
And the smoke coming out from Naga Tusk, they realize this mid lane is suddenly in also like this is what happened last game. Yawar just snowballed out of this mid lane, and they want to make sure that doesn't happen again. So they're going to go in for a kill.
Snowball, but they got Beaver right there, and he just
gonna
combos
turn
down
this around.
the Fissure.
Smash is
and
dead.
Oh, they might get him. Smash is in trouble. Smash goes down. Bulba gets it with the rocket from bottom lane, of all people, and they're going to have to walk back. This is just a fortress of a defense in this mid lane for Yawar.
Smash is in so much trouble. He can't even TP back to lane now. It's on cooldown from that TP just 20 seconds ago. He's got to walk back now. He doesn't have stacks to farm in the jungle. He is so far behind, and
This
feels
is
like
where,
deja vu.
You turn into one of those pro casts, and they're like, this is over. It's over. Can't win now. Mid lane's done. Oh, UMR, who's trying to fill the void while Smash is gone, could pay with his own life here. Gets the split off, but he's trying to run. The Flame Guard's going to be there. Biru's going to body block him, and they're going to get another kill. Suddenly, Yawar is just raking in the money. He's 2-0. Bulba even got one of those kills, so his off lane's going phenomenal. And top lane's going great for TC because there's no one on the other side.
This is TC and just streamlined. He loves these empty lanes. Tusk has been the one actually helping mid out. Like, this is your offlaner committing a lot of time to try and salvage the mid lane, and it just led to more disasters. So, well, if you're Sector V here, you're thinking, we got to stack the jungle, we got to farm, we got to just try and deny DC from getting any more kills, any more momentum. That's going to be hard to do because Bulba's going to get a decent timing on level 6. Same for the Ember Spirit, and that's where you throw the Fire Remnants into play, and Yawar can be even more aggressive looking for kills.
Smash got to be observed here. He's at level 4. Yawar almost at 6 already on his Ember. That's 6 right there. Is it enough of a boost where he just makes another go? Probably a bit nervous. UMR's been missing off the map. Indeed, he is hiding behind his Smash Sama. Doesn't want to allow him to get caught out once again, as you said. Tusk makes his return back to the off lane. You compare his experience, and we know he's been pretty mobile here. Just barely up on level 3. Bulba, level 5 on his clockwork with a kill. He's got his bottle. He's got a regen in that bottle. He's contesting this pull. Everything is just coming up roses for DC, and Biru is going to cross paths with Smash, and he's going to walk away. I don't like what I see there.
Yep.
These are stacks. I don't think
There is
Bulba
now.
spotted this stack, but yeah, Smash is going to try to catch up and take it down.
Kind of hard to get in there, and Biryu gets a really nice aggressive ward here. Not a spot you see used too often, but this will spot the SF when he goes from mid lane into his jungle. and just create some potential kill opportunities.
Oh, they know he's coming back that way. They could figure he just did some stacks. He might not even
Yep.
be at full life or mana.
They'll see he has no bottle, so they know that he's
Radiant's
kind of
middle
been
tower
throwing his
is
razors
under
out
attack.
in the jungle.
They know it. They had plotted. Oh, triple remnant. That's a smash special on the smash. Oh, man, Yawar. He's just showing Smash how Ember is done right now, this mid lane.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of credit, of course, to Biru on this Earthshaker, setting it up. He got the Great Ward down. It was just a great plan, and it just fell right into place right before our eyes, gods.
Yeah, that was just like when a ward pays off. Like that was the idea from the get-go.
And this kid's not done yet. He goes top, and oh, that time the block is not going to come on the correct side. Could have guaranteed another kill,
Should have
but
used his mango for the cooldown.
oh yeah,
That's what it's there for.
Come on, TC. He's like, well, I'm not used to having to go in against someone in this lane, but
Yeah.
well, a kill lost. But DC
Not a
not
big
too
deal.
troubled about it. Still 4-0 for them. Bulba. Oh, you wanted that rune? Oh, UMR. Oh, no, I'll catch you. They both want it. Who gets it first? Oh, it's going to be picked up from the Naga, erasing itself. Now, he doesn't have any sort of detection, unfortunately.
Van
Rocket
is
the
so
bomb. Van is really low.
Okay, he's got
got
his
hook shot?
ultimate. He can heal from that.
Radiant's top
Oh,
tower
okay.
is under
I was going to
attack.
say.
Yeah, no hook shot, and Rocket Flare will not finish him off now that he's healing from the Shadow Dance regen.
Smash and Yawar trading off. There's the fissure coming out. Smash is in trouble again. Smash should go down. He'll go down again. Dominating right now for Yawar. Here comes some help. It looks like they'll finally get some revenge for Smash. Even Van jumping in and getting involved. His passive will probably see that the ward is there now, and they could look to deal with it, but Smash is 0-4-1. A level 6 Shadow Fiend to Yawar's level 8 4-1 Ember Spirit.
Yawar is just going to keep on doing this too. It's TC getting all the farm in the safe lane and even
Radiant's
starting to
top
pressure the
tower
tier 1
is under
tower now.
attack.
Ember Spirit, just one of those great heroes with levels and a couple of cheap cost-effective items. One, Poor Man's Shield, Treads, Drums, can just get so much damage dealt, and that's what we're seeing here from Yawar.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Bottom lane, a little bit of that me time here for Masoku as Van needed to depart
Radiant's top
elsewhere.
tower
He's
is
level
under
4 in his
attack.
Wyvern, yet to pick up his next item outside of the wars. I'm sure he's going to consider something like a Soul Ring just so he can try to farm up as much as possible with those Splinter Blasts. But if it's anything like the last game, Bulba might consider
Radiant's
going
top
on an
tower
adventure
has
here soon.
fallen.
We saw last time he got his level 6, and the hook shots just came out all over the place.
Yeah.
It was a clockwork player paradise.
I
It was
think
just
that's why he's
ridiculous.
heading back to base to heal now. It's like, okay, I haven't got mana for a hook shot or to really get much done. Just I can sit in lane, leech XP, throw rocket flares till last hit, but that's
Radiant's
not really
middle tower
contributing
is
to my
under
team.
attack.
Let's go back, heal up, and then I actually have mana and the ability to roam around and find kills.
Smash did have a big chunk of money here. Lots of stacks built up for him, all on the recovery front. Now at level 8, you can see he's slowly catching back up. Got a ways to go, but it's all TC right now as far as the farm across the board. 57 and 14 as we switch over the net worth. Both him and Yawar take those top spots, and even after stepping out from the lane, there's still some stacks for him to work with, and he'll be taking care of that. Biru just really doing a tremendous amount of work on his support. Yeah, he's only level 3, and this is something we come to expect, but he is just always on the move, making a stack here, putting an aggressive ward there, looking for a setup over there.
Just very selfless. Last game he was like 0-0-8 at 15, 20 minutes in. This game is 0-0-4. He's doing just what he needs to do, not giving up kills, stacking camps, not dying, and getting lots of assists for his team just by throwing fishes from fog.
And from what I hear from a lot of the players, at least in the NA scene, coming across players like that who can play a support role so well are just few and far between. Very hard to come by. And he's
he's
doing a great job with it for
Going to
Digital
bring
Chaos
TC
here.
with him and look to make a move towards bottom as AUI takes the top lane farm.
Ah, yes, the classic level 7 gyrocopter smoke move. Here we go. Looking to jump in, debut that call down. Could be on Van. Van goes into his ultimate here, but not going to be lasting for much longer as he's put inside those cogs. He will end up going down. There's no chance that Wyvern's going to get close enough for the save.
Here comes
TC
Yawar.
could be in trouble, and he's barely able to live. Pops the wand, and Yawar shows up, and he's like, let's play. Goes in, slide of fist, chains on the Vortex. They're also putting moves on Masoku here. Can they finish off the Tusk? They will be able to burn him down. The Rocket's going to be able to finish that on top. Looks like the
Dire's
other
structures
two
are
supports were
fortified.
able to barely make it away, but it's still a successful push. They get their Van, and they even grab the Tusk as a follow-up.
Yeah. Looking maybe for this tier 1 bottom tower. The Naga just bailing on it as she TPs back to the tier 2 to meet up with Masoku on the Wyvern. So quite likely we see DC start taking objectives. Haven't got the best pushing lineup as far as right-click damage goes. Ember not really the area where he shines. Similar story for the Gyro. Both these heroes are very much about their spells and their nuke damage, but you bring enough heroes, you've got 3 here down here, and the creep wave's very easy to clear out. DC looking like they should be able to at least get this tier 1.
Yep, no problem, no threat. And
Radiant's bottom
you know, I
tower
look
is
over
under
to
attack.
Sector V side, and you hope for what could be the comeback plan here. Maybe it's this blink. Van was able to throw together a blink dagger. It's not his dream start where you have the greed power to get a Midas and then follow it up with your, you know, Shadow Blade or blink. He has to go straight for the mobility item here. Tier 1 will go down. Vortex is here with Masoku, and they're going to be in trouble
careful.
because here comes trouble. Biru is looking to cut him off with the fissure. Aoi already sweeping in, gets an early poison touch. Masoku might need to help him out. Dishes out the curse on the TC. A snowball here delays things a bit further, but only for Bulba to show up now. He comes in, and they're going to get the quick kill on not 1, but 2 targets here for Sector V. Yes, they get it, and both of them, of all people, go to TC. He gets a double kill for himself, and DC push themselves even further now, 9-1.
Yeah, DC are just having a wonderful time in this bottom lane, taking the tier 1 bottom towers, set them up where they can get wards in the Radiant jungle. It's going to be really hard for the SF to continue getting what safe farm he can. So far, feels like 75% of his farm has come from the neutral stacks, and that's going to be soon denied from him as Sector V just lose map control by losing their tier 1 bottom and possibly even their tier 1 mid as well.
All mid's in trouble. Smash close as he farms out this ancient camp here. And he could be spotted on the way back out from these illusions. We see each other now, but it seems like they're just going to be content in taking this tier 1. They'll got it. They'll walk back. They're moving according to plan. Van behind. Trying to make a cutoff play onto Aoi possibly. But Aoi's not heading that way. Biru could, though. Van, what are you waiting for? He's hoping to get a solo pick onto someone here, but Digital Chaos are not far from each other. Oh, wow, commitment forward from Yawar here as they jump in. Van gets the catch on the Biru. Biru, though, gets a big stun lock on the Van with the fissure and the totem. Smash getting caught from Bulba. Bulba, big 2-man cog coming out right now. Now they're going to dish out the Cold Embrace to try to help out Smash. They already lose Van. They're going to lose Smash next. It's another double kill for TC. Snowballs in. Vortex trying to get the catch on the Bulba, but Bulba still lives on. Still alive and well. He runs. He lives. They're going to get him. Oh, man. Triple kill for TC. Van bought back for this. Comes in, and this could be a dieback. This is disaster for Sector V. Van desperate trying to run here, going under the tower, but there's nowhere to go. He gets dropped. This is just hard to watch right now.
Yeah.
Even UMR could get chased down here from Biru. No, he'll be able to make it away. Oh, God.
You can definitely see some of the big weaknesses of this Blink Dagger Rush is that he's got no, just cheap core items. Doesn't have a magic wand, doesn't have treads. These are the kind of items you want to play a fighting Slack at 10 minutes in. That's great. That's one of the wonderful ways to play the hero, but you need items like treads, wand, whatever it may be. He's got the boots in the bottle, but he doesn't have the burst heal and mana regen from a wand, as well as the extra stats from treads. The Blink Dagger on its own with these other items just isn't doing enough. He can't hit, he can't get Essence Shift stacks. He's entirely relying on someone like Shadow Fiend to do damage, and this SF is just feeding. As per, whoa, or is he? Almost gets a return kill.
Rocket catches, but Smash had been bottling up, so he's going to be fine. Bulba doesn't want to follow up with a hook shot. Only level 1. Probably would have been coming up short, but Yawar showing that he is not afraid to go toe-to-toe. But Smash this time will be able to live. Has to walk away, and looks like he's going to go for the Helm of the Dominator build-up himself. From what he saw in Yawar in last game. Top lane, UMR, dead.
And possibly Van, no blink for 5 seconds.
Oh, God, he is dead. TC 7-0 on this Gyro. But, of course, it's not him alone. He's got a company that's been setting everything up for him. There's just not much to say, guys. It's just Digital Chaos are like, let's go do this. They go, they do it, and they don't really seem to have much problem getting it done.
And I like the build from you are rushing the Boots of Travel on Ember Spirit. It just gives him such good global presence, and ultimately you can save a bit of my own TP scrolls, but this is a 45-second cooldown compared to the 70 on TP, so he can be pushing out lanes and then joining his team up so easily. He can constantly even just TP back to base to refill his bottle, heal up, and then just be back to a lane with a Fire Remnant. This is a really good item to remain as active as possible and just have global presence. So really nice pickup. Picked up very early on as well. He doesn't need to have that Battle Fury anytime soon to dish out major damage, but Boots of Travel just the ideal item here.
This is Blink forward, Van farms, and I imagine Sector V, if They want to be staying alive. They got to really put the buddy-buddy system together. And no Smash could get caught. There's Bulba. Easy catch. Pretty predictable there. Follow-up call down. Smash. Help me, please. Help is coming, but not quick enough. Masuku first on the scene, but it's a little too late. Just flying over his comrade's dead body, but pulls out the Winter's Curse. Really wants to get Bulba, but not going to be happening. Biru's right there with a fissure. Blocks him back. And that's going to be the end of it here. Uh-oh, or is it? Look at this. War jumping in, gets a big double catch with the chains right on the 2. It's going to force out the song from UMR, and they got to retreat.
Rocket
Masuku
Flare's coming.
almost. Rocket Flare, can they catch the dragon with it? They're remedying forward here, and Rocket will not.
Juke to the north.
Masuku able to avoid death. Retreats up and away here, but still a long journey back to that fountain as the pressure starts coming from DC in this mid lane. Did he shoot another rocket?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to do enough damage, even if it hits.
Tower is under
180 HP. He's good.
He actually hit him, though, with it. That
that's-
is pretty impressive.
Yeah. He got vision with the creep wave at top lane, so he did see the Winter Wyvern at top lane with the creep waves pushing, but that was still from Fountain, so not bad.
He does live on. One of the few things going for Sector V right now, unfortunately,
man.
is it's
There's-
2-18.
There's big ancient stacks for DC to go back to as well. You've had TC's Helm of the Dominator constantly stacking this, so
Yep.
the Gyro already top net worth. He's going to remain there for some time.
They got to feel like they could easily take any sort of 5-on-5 fight, so doing Roche.
Could potentially even take the Radiant Ancient stack if they want to. Get
Freaking
really
DD
dirty.
Rune right by the stack, right by the, Roche, why not? Just of all things.
Yeah.
TC's killing someone somewhere. That's Van bottom lane, caught out and dead. Just TC and Owie is all it took.
Radiant's top tower is
They're
under
going
attack.
to grab that DD in the next minute or so. It's being pinged out by Bulba. He's saying, okay, come and take your Ancient / Roche. And I think they'll get the tier 2 as a little pit stop along the way.
This is just beating right
Radiant's
now.
bottom tower is
Man,
under
oh man.
attack.
They're coming in bottom lane, though. Tier 2's in trouble. I don't think Sector V are going to be able to do much about it here. Getting zoned back by this rocket. Seems like it's going to be a tier 2 takedown, and they're going to beeline it right back to that pit, right
Radiant
back to that stack.
structures are fortified.
Get that much bigger, that much badder, and try to finish this game out.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
What's happening over here? We have Bulba catching up with Smash. Face first, hook shot. Biru's there with a fissure. And Smash is like, I'll hit you, but stop hitting yourself with the blade mail. He goes down.
Yep.
This just feels defeating at this point.
One like last game, they don't have that Naga Siren-like hero to give them some comeback potential. And this Slark doesn't do enough damage. He hasn't got any attack speed. If you get jumped on, you can just do what we just saw Biru do. TP right back to base.
That's got to feel bad. I mean, Sector V in their last series actually looked really, really strong. Van's AM game. Smash, of course, had a stellar Ember performance. But maybe Digital Chaos just kind of showing that they're in that league of their own. They're looking to be the next best EG team or the tier 2, maybe even the tier 1 squad. We'll have to see. Things are going to definitely get more interesting as the Nanyang qualifier proceeds and we get into the later rounds. But for now, it's still Sector V alive. Somehow, some way, they can turn this game around, gods. Get the win. We could go to a game 3, but as it stands, with Digital Chaos bringing in huge amounts of gold, like this ridiculous stack right here, that is not going to be easy.
You are now close to a battlefield. It doesn't look like they're going to go straight into Roshan. They've got the lineup to do it now with the medallion on AUI, but there's so much farm elsewhere on the map. They're like, yeah, let's go for the kills. Let's take the neutrals and go for the stacks. Masoku's TP gets cancelled at bottom. Bulba, yep, scouts him out.
Stop it! Don't come any closer!
Maybe if Sector V could hear your sound effects, it'd be a bit more entertained. Be like, it's not too bad we're losing. But
It's like Skyrim
Yeah.
over here. Easy Dragon Slay. And now they can just move in and battle out with this big thing.
okay.
Roche time.
Yeah.
Poor little Van up here. He's got scrapped together 1,300 gold. Is there any item he should go for next to keep it alive? I mean, he doesn't even have upgraded boots yet, gods.
Yeah, treads, Sanjin Yasha type items, I think is probably just the way to go. You need items. You need to be able to fight. I mean, you can play for the ultra late game. If you feel like the only way we win this is if we drag this game 40, 50 minutes, maybe you pick up a Midas, but I think that's maybe more the Shadow Fiend who goes for the ultra late game type items, and Van more likely to pick up treads and
Sean has fallen
yeah,
to the
whatever he can to tank up. Yeah, picks the treads up. Maybe a BKB is another option as well with Earthshaker a lot of the nuke damage coming out from all these heroes.
Just forces Van away, gets the catch with the chains. He's not going to be able to make it to the low ground, though. So Van's able to make it out. The rest of his team, they're moving in bottom. Ooh, a rare miss from Bulba in this one. He's not going to catch the hook shot on the Masoku. And instead, we'll just kind of step back and away here.
Van has no ultimate. He needs to be a bit careful here in mid lane.
And Dizzy Were not going to look to push that much further in. Looks like they're not going to have to do anything much about it. DC still kind of hold their commanding position. Smash is finding a opportunity to farm top, but he's still like halfway between a couple of items and finishing anything off. Looks like it's just going to be the reliable Morbid Mask for now as he tries to build into perhaps a BKB or something, but I don't think that's going to be enough. You got a hook shot coming out from your Clockwork, of course, an Echo Slam, copious amounts of damage.
And again, UI can always deal with the split push. You don't want to fight into the 5-man of DC if you're Sector V. You always think, okay, they go down mid to take out T2. We have SF farming up top in the Dire jungle where it's safer in the top lane. But you've got UI who can just go up there and then remnant back to his team, cause a lot of problems. Although it doesn't have the solo kill potential on the SF necessarily.
What is he doing?
He's playing around with each other right now. Yeah.
I mean, this is like...
Not really a fight UI's going to win 1v1. Searing Chains?
No! He was just waiting. All the meanwhile, Dazzle gets a kill with the assistance of Biru. They take out
the
Van.
Blink Slam, it looks like.
Look at these two. They're about to take out the Wyvern as well. It gets the earn off and everything. Blink in, dead. Even the support's getting in on the love.
Yeah, Blink Echo Slam, I imagine, was what happened there, but top lane was more interesting, to be honest. I mean, they didn't get the SF kill, but
middle tower is under attack.
I'd have to say the Sector V / Not Today squad, I don't think I've seen them beat this bad in quite a while.
Well, this is a team who, qualified for the past 2 summits. And we'll see Smash get caught out again as well.
He's like, oh man up, but nope. It's like, come on! We had a 1v1.
Not only did this team qualify for the last 2 summits, they had a really close, tight series against EG. That was a best of 3, which went the distance, and Game 3, it was almost Not Today coming out on top. They had a very big early game lead, so...
Yeah, if I remember correctly, the only real strong reason that EG came back into that one was the Sumail Aegis steal.
Yes,
it was a big play. Had that not happened, could have been Not Today besting EG, at least in that upper bracket move, but now we look at a Not Today squad who is struggling to get their 3rd kill. 2-24. Digital Chaos with their ridiculous amounts of wealth and XP are now going to truck into that high ground. Van just trying to split push, go down mid lane, but I'm sure they are at a all-time low morale. We'll see. Digital Chaos looking to kind of put a lid on this one. The longest jump is going to get the catch onto Masoku here. Goes into a self-cold embrace with a snowball. That looked crazy. As they both move into trouble in a fissure, they will both go down. A valiant effort for a save from the Tusk, but they end up both going into the fire, and they get scorched.
Yeah. This is looking like the end here in Game 2 for Sector V. They've just been pummeled to the ground 2 games in a row.
We started off schedule, but I think we might get back on it now. As this game concludes.
Game 1 was like an hour past, and, well, we're ending at a reasonable time.
Tier 3's done. Raxus to fall thereafter here. Sector V not willing to throw in that towel quite yet. They want to put out a final hold here. You gotta remember, they're not eliminated with this game going down. They will be able to fight their way out from the best of 1 lower bracket, but here goes Van, and there he goes. He went in, and he went out. Smash is there. Masoku, barely alive. DC charges in. Pew, pew, pew. Winter's Curse before I go. Smash, can he even get Bulba? No, not going to be happening. He dies as well. They all begin to crumble. Sector V can't even just get anything out of it, and that is going to be game 30-2. Digital Chaos. It's a bit of a silly name, but the performance was not a joke. It was really, really good.
That was, stellar. That was both games flawless. I think Beery really kind of showcased what he can do on a roaming support like Earthshaker. Kind of reminiscent of what we saw SVG do yesterday. Very similar playstyle, but that to me is like the perfect way to play Earthshaker, and it's one of those things you've really got to prioritize helping out the mid lane when you're giving your opponents an Earthshaker. I was a bit surprised to see them not ban it out in the second stage. They saw the same opener with the Gyro Clock, and yeah, you don't know what mid laner UR is going to play, but you know if they can give UR an edge over the mid laner, they'll do it. UR snowballs and always takes advantage of those edges he gets, so it's a hero that I think a lot of teams will be kind of maybe even prioritizing more as a ban in the second stage, or force teams to first pick it in the Earthshaker.
That's the thing. I feel like Digital Chaos are turning into one of those teams like EG, where it's just like they each have someone who's just such a specialist that's like you can't ignore everything. You can't just give all the respect towards Yawar and ban all of his stuff, because then that could mean that Owie could sneak in with the early Bounty Hunter or get his Dream Visage grab, or his techies. Then you're going to be giving maybe TC a comfort hero. So
like Bulba played Clockwork both games, and
it's like, well, we
bread
can't
and butter as it
we
gets.
can't first ban Clockwork, but that means that they'll just first wave pick it. It's going to be a very difficult team to go against for a lot of them. I'm sure there's a lot of eyes out there watching right now and figuring out if they'll have the answer to take on Digital Chaos. We'll see. It could be in this tournament right here. So with that, we're going to be wrapping up today. The NYChampionships and a qualifier stuff is going to finish up for now, and tomorrow we'll be back with a very similar schedule, I believe. We're going to go back into the best of ones to start things off, and then follow up with the best of three thereafter. So tomorrow, what does that mean? What are the losers that we're going to be seeing tomorrow?
Union Gaming versus Fire.
Yes.
The two losers from yesterday up again, and then followed by the best of three, which is
Cloud9 versus Pain Gaming.
Yeah, that should be good.
I'm really excited
Pain
about that
were really impressive. To me, they look solid, but Cloud9 were also on another level. So
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. So we'll see you back tomorrow, same time, same place, for more NA qualifier action. If you missed any of the matches earlier, you can, of course, catch the VODs. I've been live uploading them as we go on the BTS YouTube channel. So with that said, we're all done now. I'm Coddle Guy. That's Gods. We're Beyond the Summit, and we'll see you next time for more Dota action. Hey, enjoy the Reborn.